Today we are here with one more piece of literature. We're going to talk about the significance of flora and fauna. Well, the bond of love. Bond of love with what? With everything we have around. Connection with the animal kingdom, especially. Of course, the vegetation too, but we'll stick to the animal kingdom in this lesson. So before we jump into the lesson, let's just know about the writer of this episode. The writer of this episode is Kenneth Anderson. Well, look at the name Anderson. He should be a British, isn't he? Yes, of course. But he is an Indian-born British. Who is an Indian-born British? Well, whose whole generation happened to born in the Indian land itself, and they move on with the Indian citizenship for a long time, and even today. Okay, so they're called Indian-born British. So he's an Indian-born British. So this episode is mainly from the context of South Indian jungle. This episode is mainly from South Indian jungle and the other, vegetation we have around. So that part is focused in this unit. And the main crux, the main work of Kenneth Anderson, focusing on wildlife. Most of his work are mainly written on wildlife. Okay, so you may wonder as we exercise this lesson, what do I learn out of it lesson? What is the necessary to know this lesson? How exactly it's going to make me a well-being? Of course, we should wonder every time when we are asked to practice something, especially in the line of education. We must question that. Every piece of work should make you wonder what is the necessity to know all these things. Why should I learn this? Well, why should you learn? Why should you exercise? This Bond of Love episode from your literature is because what you gain out of it. Well, look at the themes of this episode. The themes themselves will introduce you to extraordinary affairs of this wonderful universe. And that is the learning outcome too. Knowing all these beautiful things will make you a well-being, a better person. So that's the whole idea of this educational line. Let's look into the themes, what we have here. The first theme is universalism. What is universalism? Have you ever heard of it? Of course, we have heard of universe, universal citizen, and universal brotherhood. Have you heard of universalism? What is the idea of universalism? Of course, it is a very holy and religious concept, but in short, I must try to bring it to you. Universalism is the idea of accepting every living being. Well, very precisely, universalism proposes that every human, every man around the world is same, should be treated fairly, and of course, they deserve justice wherever they are. They should be treated fairly. Every man around the world should be treated, should deserve the same space in this structure. So that is what it says. But going further on the big picture, it's not just every man around the world, but every living being, including right from a small insect to the big and gigantic mammoth, whatever, every innocent living being, including animals, birds, everything, every living creature should be treated as a rightful owner of this earth. They deserve right space as much as human does. All right? So that is universalism. Have they been treated so? Well, it should happen. That's the whole idea. If it doesn't happen, nature knows how to balance it. Well, is it right to feed on other living beings? It is questionable. How right it is to slaughter other animals just for the sake of our diet, our food. It's not on the big picture. I don't know whether universe accepts this, but it's happening. Well, again, it is questionable. So these days, vegetarianism is proposed everywhere, and also medical industry claims that To keep oneself healthy, it's better to be a vegetarian. Let's see what best we can, right? So that is universalism, acceptance of every living being in this world. That is universalism. Isn't it a wonderful thing, a fantastic thing? Are also the need of the hour, considering what's happening out the world. Shouldn't we exercising this wonderful thing, universalism? We must. Now moving to the next one, love as language. This is the one language understood by everybody in the world. Of course, this is the only language you have to get connected with the universalism, universal entities, universal spirit, universal and cosmic entity, whatever we have out there, known and unknown universe. So this is the only language you have. How else do you connect with the other people? We have these formal languages, like a regular communicative language we use, which is vary from one place to the other place. But this language, one language, a universal language, I must say, is understood by every man across the globe. Love is beyond that. Love is not just between man and woman. Love is between everything. So it could be shown even on non-living things too. How much do you respect the stone what you have kept on the steps, which has always been there serving you? Do you respect? Do you love that stone? Do you love your footwear? Do you love your clothes? Do you love the bus that carries you every day? Do you love the roads? Do you love all the facilities we have? Water? Do you love the water? Do you love the air? Do you love the trees you see around? Do you love the green? So we should love everything. That is love. It's not just loving man, woman, and woman, man. That's not just love. Love has no barriers. Love has no gender. Love has no specification. Love is eternal. Love is abstract. Love is the tool to make everything possible. If you see this wonderful, vivid world, it's all because of the love. The love of the sun, the love what sun has on this, the system, solar system. The love what air has for this living being. The love what water has on all the living beings. The love of the soil, the love of this wind, the love of the road, the love of the, every worker. Love is just universal. Because of everybody's love, we have made it possible to move on. And if you are ever served by somebody, if you ever get service from anything, it's all because of the love. Love is a symbol. Love is a consequence. Love is an action. And love is the key of this creation, isn't it? It's all about the love of that nectar. The insect starts moving from flower to flower that leads to a wonderful spring and creation, the product, isn't it? It is all the love of each, elements that gives out a wonderful output, wonderful product. It's all the love chemistry between the soil and the seed that gives out the wonderful sapling that grows to a gigantic tree at the end. It's a love of the soldier that keeps this land safe. It's not just a direction, it is the love, patriotism. What is patriotism? Isn't it the love, the unconditional love they have on this land? That is love. And love makes heroes. Keep that in mind. Heroes are made out of love. Not the hero love you see on the television or on the screen. I'm not referring to that. The real heroes are made out of love. So we all are meant to be heroes. And the hero is elicited only through the love. And that is real love. Anything that makes you a hero, it is love. So moving to the next theme, liberation. What is liberation? Well, when you practice this universalism and love as a universal language, don't you think we get liberated? So, what is liberation? Liberation is to become free from all negative entities, unnecessary desires, and to blend with the nature, to blend with the ecosystem, and be a part of this fantastic phenomenon, what is happening. Well, that is the very intention we are here for. We are brought down, so we are here to bring heaven to earth, aren't we? Can there be a better place than this earth? This is the most beautiful place, unknown space. We don't know what lies beyond our naked eye or even beyond our telescope, but isn't it a wonderful place we have here? So, to make this place more beautiful and to live our life without any rudimentary shackles connected with will make you really liberated. So, we are all meant to liberate ourselves. And then only you can really experience a real taste of joy. Shouldn't you be joyful? Well, anything you have been doing is not making you joyful, then what is the necessity to do it? See, we do a lot of things that are really unnecessary because of the notions we are into, because of the environment we are brought up. We do a lot of things which are totally unnecessary. We should exercise only what is necessary. And then only you can make this life very joyful and very meaningful. Any person who exercises the life very meaningfully will always get liberated. All right. So that is one of the themes this lesson offers. So to make all these things possible, you should blend with this ecosystem, this nature. So you know what? Economy and ecosystem should be integrated in our action. For the sake of economy, if the ecosystem is compromised, you know the output, you know the consequence, what we are facing now. So it's the time we wake up and start integrating ecosystem and the economy together. Then only everything is made possible. Okay. So what is the way to inculcate these beautiful themes? As I said, blend with the nature. Go according to the nature. So you are a son of nature. Of course, nature has designed, nature has engineered it. We might have come through a very biological chemistry, that's a different story. But we are the brainchild of nature. So how much we are respecting this. So the point is very clear. As the lesson proposes, the bond of love. The bond of love with what? With everything. Okay? Precisely this bond of love referring to the love you have with the animal kingdom. Are you the only animal who is the rightful owner of this earth? Aren't they? The other animals, of course, they are as equal as you. They should be treated as fair as humans are treated. That is what universalism. But are they really treated, the animals? My God, how ruthlessly they are treated. So ruthless. It was you, we have done it consciously or unconsciously. Let us be compassionate. A little bit love is enough to make this world, more universal. So it's a time we practice this universalism, children. So keep that, revolution, development, urbanization, industrialization, all these things. Of course, they would happen because they are very, fundamental to the humankind now, all these things. But when you are on that ride, you are forgetting the true nature. This lesson is going to give you a wonderful experience about what is it being with ecosystem, how beautiful it could be. So let's do it, all right? So that's all we have from today's session. I'll see you in the next session with one more piece of literature. Thank you very much.